So they finally decided to do an Acrobat rework after I literally just posted a video covering Acrobat. It's honestly just impeccable timing. Anyways, let's just have a look at what the new abilities are. So the first one we have here is called Stomp. Falling 8 blocks or more deals damage around you when you land. Seems pretty self-explanatory. So this next ability here is pretty much like the main meat of the rework. It is called Swan Dive. So let's just have a look at the description. Oh my. So landing 30 hits against an enemy while midair grants you +1 momentum. The next time you use Stomp, it consumes each of the momentum and gives it 25% more damage per stack. They also reworked Dancing Blades to make it so that after you use Swan Dive, your next dash becomes empowered, dealing additional damage and gaining additional speed. Sure, why not? After that, we have this next one called Aerial Ace. Now, what it does is the next time you use Swan Dive or an empowered dash, it gives you a damage bonus for a couple of seconds, which is kind of like old flow state, but we'll take it. The last major change we have here is actually on Jasmine Bloom, so it pretty much works the same, except now you can proc it after gaining +2 momentum, which I guess, why not? But the main thing is using Swan Dive with a maximum size Jasmine Bloom will trigger a massive explosion and reset the radius of Jasmine Bloom. Now there are some small bits and pieces that I left out because I don't think they really matter. However, there is a change that they made that I'm not super happy about. They removed pirouette, which really sucks. But anyways, those are pretty much all the main changes that they made to Acrobat for this rework. So these Acrobat changes are pretty interesting, but how good are they actually? I think Swan Dive and Stomp add a much more interesting layer to Acrobat, and I think it's a lot better than the past red ability that we had, which was Flow State. It just overall adds a lot more depth. However, in this rework, they also decided to remove Pirouette, which was a cornerstone ability to help stay in the air with Acrobat and gain all the bonuses, like weightlessness, Jasmine Bloom, all that good stuff. So I have a couple suggestions to make. Instead of just completely removing Pirouette, I think they should reintroduce it to the archetype with probably Dancing Blade, making it so that if you have +3 momentum and you land a Dancing Blade, it vaults you upwards. Alternatively, they can also make it so that if you have +3 momentum and you use a Stomp, it will vault you upwards as well. My reasoning for this is because it does solve one of the issues that they had with Pirouette. Quote, it also suffered from frequent accidental activation that proved annoying in many situations. Personally, I never really found it annoying, but I guess if it's that big of an issue, then I guess make it so that it only procs whenever you're actually in combat, where you can, actually use it and get benefits from using Jasmine Bloom and weightlessness. Now, referring back to the issues that they had with Pirouette, one of them is that it simply wouldn't function with the new direction of Acrobat needing to land on the ground to deal damage. Now, I think the whole reason why they even included this part in the statement is because Swan Dive has this ability where if you dash downwards, velocity increases if you have +3 momentum. Now, I see how Pirouette could conflict with this, but I'm going to be honest with you, I barely even use this, so I don't think you're going to be missing out a whole lot if they removed this. My second suggestion is that I believe these abilities should have a lot more damage incentive. The time it takes to proc Swan Dive with fully maxed out momentum and a fully maxed Jasmine Bloom is not comparable to the amount of damage you would have done if you just stayed in the air and just barraged the enemy with multi-hits and Jasmine Bloom. For context, my Nirvana build here does around 100k DPS, and whenever I land with a fully maxed Swan Dive with a maxed out Jasmine Bloom, it does around like 40 to 50k damage. Yeah, it's not too good. Now, the only thing that really makes up for this is probably Aerial Ace, which gives you a damage bonus after you actually successfully land one of these. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that damage bonus is really even worth trying to seek. I honestly won't be surprised if they come out with a patch very soon addressing some of these, because the common consensus throughout the community is that this rework is not the greatest. So I know this isn't my usual style of video, but I just wanted to make this quick video just to throw my thoughts out there for anyone who may care. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching.